breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to appear. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, and if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Well, there'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells you, friend, Mike, he's your man. And he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here at Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. What's happening? It's Wednesday. It's BOGO Dog Day today. Both dogs wanted to jump up on the lap today, so we will say our hellos with the puppies as we talk about the weather. There's a lot to talk about. There is a lot to talk about. Nothing. Oop, I almost messed up the timer there. Remember, I'm a one-man band here. So how's everybody doing today? This is our Daily Brew. It's Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing great. It's a rainy day here in Oldsmar. Not a lot of rain, but rain. Everything's wet. I can hear drip drops. And hopefully everybody gets some in at least the Florida Peninsula. We'll see about that. I don't know. The totals are going down, but the models missed this morning's rain for sure. You can look at the water vapor loop, and we could have seen all this juice heading towards the southeast last night, but the models didn't show it. So maybe we'll get more than they're showing. Right? Right. All right, so next month, we'll be streaming live every day, May 15th. The NHC starts doing their daily outlooks every day starting May 15th. Even though the season officially begins June 1st. But we'll be back live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And our Daily Brew streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So hello, everybody. It's brought to you by our great friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, located here in the great state of Florida. Hopefully you all frequent them as fellow MWP fans. We love all that they do for us here at the page for sure. Also for our local peeps, don't forget about our good friends at Done Right Roofing here. As it rains today, you might have some unexpected raindrops entering your roof. Hopefully not. But they're local supporters of ours here in Pinellas, Pasco, and Hillsborough. All right, so a little tidbit real quick before we get into weather. It is the city of Oldsmar, it's my hometown. They have a birthday today. They are 107 years old. A lot of people don't know this, but it was founded by R.E. Olds, Ransom E. Olds. He bought 37,000 acres in Tampa Bay. And it was founded by Oldsmobile, basically. And do you know, in 1921, it was flattened by a hurricane. A major hurricane came through Tampa Bay in 1921. So we have a lot of hurricane history here in Oldsmar. So there you go. There you go. All right, so we're going to say hi to Louie real quick. Then we're going to get right into the weather. There is a lot to talk about. Nothing to get stressed about. But I am really curious about the weekend weather coming up. There's going to be some busted forecasts. I saw a couple Mets saying the weekend's going to be beautiful, but it ain't in Florida. All right, so here's the current satellite showing what's going on. Infrared satellite, weathernerds.org. Let me put up their logo so you can read it. The radar is above my head. This is satellite. So what's up, Lisa Reed? Good morning from North Carolina. What's up, Mr. Eric? How about them Rays, man? How about old Brandon Lau hitting another home run? Good morning, Miss Shelley Ross. She's our admin, as we got a big yawn coming. Good morning, Loretta Reed. Good morning, Jeff Fowler. Hammering rain at Homestead. Yeah, Jeff, I just posted the Natural Weather Service worried about more flooding today down in South Florida. Laura, good morning, Panama City. You're going to get some action later tonight and tomorrow. Kathy from the Treasure Coast. Tamara, good morning. Spinach and brownie. We got spinach, tropical. What's up, Mr. Travis? How you doing, buddy? James Fort. Mr. Josh over there on YouTube. Cat. Solar Hockey. Tabletop Greek. Miss Totes. Josh, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Cajun. Jesse, good to see you watching us again. Here comes another yawn. I can feel it. He did it years ago. Taylor Swift's going to be iffy tomorrow, Danielle. I'm not. Oh, God, Shelly, you like to make me laugh. Spaghetti Slinger. Here it comes. Here it comes. Nope, no yawn. Yeah, Taylor Swift's going to be iffy. Now, the good news is there's some dry air blowing in with this thing, so we could have some periods of sunshine. It might not be a complete washout. Friday looks phenomenal. And then we got the big Tortuga Fest down in South Florida. That one's looking a little iffy on Sunday. Hate to say it. All right, so the page, Mike's Weather page, it's got all the goodies on it. That's what I run. Morning from Gulf Breeze, Laura. Palatka, I've driven through there before. I knew a buddy named Mike Kohler. He was a plumber up there. Gail, hanging with the tubers. Might even go storm chasing tomorrow. I don't know. I told everybody for last several days that today was going to be the day to watch this as the low pressure system hangs over water. So when you go to the page, look officially, nothing. I got to reset my dang pointer. I don't know why it does this, but it does it. So I just have to turn it off and on again, and then it always works. So let me turn it off and on again. All right, there's my little pointer. Where am I going to put it? All right, anyway, so this is where you look all the time. NHC graphics. So first off, they have not even marked our Gulf system. So maybe I am hyping a little too much. I don't know. I don't think so. It's going to walk like a duck. It's going to smell like a duck. It's going to quack like a duck. Hey, Tom, how you liking the Tempest, man? Good morning, Max. I think we're going to have less names. Hey, somebody knows my real name. What's up? K-L-E. But it only takes one. Nanette, what's up, Louisiana? Yeah, Chris, the traffic jam for Taylor Swift is going to be a lot worse than the rain. All right, so let's talk about weather. I'll pop in and say hey in a little bit. I don't like to lose everybody, but so anyway, nothing official from the NHC. I'm actually a little surprised they didn't mark our system, to tell you the truth. I really thought we were going to get a yellow circle. Some of our tropical maps are even picking up a little bit of possibility that this thing could maybe like subtropical. Subtropical has a little more upper energy, wider spread storms. Atmosphere produces it differently than a true tropical system, but they both could be named and marked. So let's take a look at a few things. This is a good imagery here. This is kind of showing you what's happening. A lot of bubbling down there in the Gulf. We have a mid-level low right now, and some of this is trying to develop a surface low. So we are getting some dry air intrusion here on the backside, and this area is already really showing up well as far as storms go. And as a matter of fact, let's go back to Weather Nerds. A lot of lightning with these things already. So there's a lot of energy down there. This is going to work its way northward throughout the day today. But tonight and overnight, we could definitely see this. So our low basically is kind of going to go like that. But we're going to see storms throughout the night tonight and tomorrow really sneak in here. I have a lot of people tuning in from Pensacola area. They've already, National Weather Service made a mention that we could see possible tornado in Pensacola area, winds up to 60 miles an hour. So they're starting to talk about it more. But this energy down here is definitely going to be impacting late tonight and tomorrow. The Storm Prediction Center talks about it a little bit. We're in a dark green area down here. We can zoom in on that a little more. This mainly is coastal. Coastal areas tonight. Typical tropical feeling feeder bands coming in off of that warm Gulf of Mexico. The core of the system right now is sitting over about 80, 81 degrees. It's a little cooler, mid-70s north of that, but definitely expecting some sneaky little squall lines tonight. And then now tomorrow, we got a larger area tomorrow to look out for. Now this kind of gives you a really good picture. I mean, they've stretched the dark green now down in the Manatee, Sarasota counties, basically just south of Interstate 4, all the way up to Georgia now, and through Alabama, so parts of Mississippi. This is tomorrow. So as our low pressure pulls on out of here, we're going to have a lot of energy left behind. It's going to be tagging along. Wait for me, wait for me. So tomorrow we could, and they mentioned that this might be upgraded. This is going to be updated here a couple hours. They mentioned that maybe we could go to possibly yellow, the next level up, and mentioned impossible tornadoes tomorrow. Bummer, right? So we're going to be keeping an eye on that. There's another system development we're going to talk about here in a little bit. Let me just show you a couple high resolution satellites. We'll do the 12Z in a minute. We're going to go we'll go straight to tropical tidbits. Now, I mentioned this earlier. So yesterday, none of this rain was actually predicted to be falling in the morning. So the models are having a heck of a time grabbing a hold of what's really going on. Let me go to one other model. You can really see what's going on. If we look at the mid-level water vapor loop, you can see what's really happening from the water vapor loop more than anything. And this is kind of what's happening with this moisture. So let's zoom in here. Actually, we can just do animation here. It might look pretty cool. So here's your water vapor loop. Now, this is a big mid-level low pressure system that's trying to develop a weak low pressure system on the surface, but this is all dry air. Yellow is dry air rolling in. And here's all this moisture that's left over frontal line from last week, and this is eventually going to get blown back up into the state here and across the southeast. So you can see it really cool here, right? Upper level winds, mid-level winds are pushing all this convection. We talked so much about this, a sheared system, no matter what, would be pushing this moisture north and east of center. So look at that. I mean, that's a great, example here of moisture. Moisture is your green and white. So that's all being pushed by upper level wind shear. And this is all going to be upping the rain chances. So it's deceiving. I saw some local Mets yesterday saying 30% rain tomorrow. Now I'm seeing, 70%. There's a lot of moisture in the air. And I was checking out the PWatt values here a little bit ago. Let me show you. PWatt is the amount of moisture in the air. And it's basically the ability of what storms have to work with. And anytime you get a lot of moisture in the air, this is tomorrow morning, for example, you can start to see this drier air is the blues, really dry air is the browns, but yellows and greens, fair amount of moisture in the atmosphere. And you can see all the way through tomorrow morning, we're going to still see this moisture out there. So that just means it's just going to be kind of hit or miss on these rains as this system works its way. The 12Z's running now, but going through the day tomorrow, I mean, for example, everybody's worried about Taylor Swift. Tomorrow 6 p.m. we're still seeing some moisture out there. So it's going to be isolated. It'll be spotty, but unfortunately the winds are going to be coming in from the Gulf, and we can still see moisture tomorrow. But let's go to tropical tidbits, kind of get a handle on what's happening. So again, it's nothing tropical. There's no tropical storm. This isn't Arlene. However, it'll feel like Arlene if you're living along the coast. Guaranteed. I'm going to show you some higher resolution models that are showing overnight into tomorrow. We could see some pretty winds up to 60, 70 miles an hour coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. And this is for the Big Bend area all the way to Louisiana. So, Mikey, bring on the rain. What's up? So, anyway, a lot of wind yesterday. Everybody's saying, heck yeah, man, we had a lot of wind yesterday. All right. So, here's the GFS. None of them are really developing low, but it's still tricky, man. I'm telling you, today's going to be interesting to watch, man, because, 1,003 millibar rolling into Louisiana there. Again, this is surface level lows. I mean, it's not mentioned by the NHC that it's not going to have a lot of time to do any sort of development. Sometimes these little lows could be, sneaky. I shared the HRR yesterday, which I'm going to show you. Really showed what it looked like as a tropical system. But anyway, here's later tonight. 1,003 millibars, heavy rain up in the lower Louisiana, Mississippi. Here's these squall lines coming in tonight. And then as we get into tomorrow, not a lot of high resolution with these models, but you basically see the rains sporadically tomorrow. You can see the 850 vorticity kind of showing you the heart of this thing, what it's going to do. But again, by Friday, most of it's gone, which is good news. Latest Euro, 6Z's out. Yep. So here's the 6Z, just showing you 1,004 millibar, smack dab up towards Louisiana, Mississippi there. There's tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. There's your Florida Peninsula rains. Some of this is going to make its way to the East Coast Friday. Here's tomorrow, Friday morning, Friday afternoon-ish. Not a lot of storms probably tomorrow once this thing clears on out of here. So, there's the Euro. Looking pretty interesting later today. Still got a day over water. Here's tomorrow morning. So it's 1,004. Interesting. Nothing to worry about. Icon 1,004. That's not you gotta Google that. That's not a lot to worry about. Now here's tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. There's your tail end of the moisture. And like I said, a little bit of rains Friday morning this is Friday morning. These are all the models showing the exact same thing. So you like to see consistency with the models. Canadian, I don't know. I'm kind of giving up on the Canadian. Here's tonight. So, whatever. You get the idea. I'm not liking the Canadian model much. But the HRR, let's take a look at that. This is what it was showing. Really interesting yesterday. Let's go like yesterday's 12Z, for example. And what it's thinking as a possibility, this is kind of what it looked like. I mean, it, showing some low level, weak spinach. When we get yesterday's overnight, almost a little eye-like feature down in lower Louisiana. So there's your storms coming in. And then here's tomorrow, tomorrow throughout the day. This is tomorrow afternoon. So even though our system's made it ashore, look at these storms. This is why the SPC is showing tomorrow. These storms will be incoming. Here's your core of your low. But, basically it's kind of like tropics, but it's not tropics. But we're going to have feeder bands, spinning in, and this is going to be hit or miss tomorrow. Telling you, low pressures allow sinking air storms. So tomorrow's going to be hit or miss who gets what, but definitely seeing signs that we could see some storms tomorrow. And like I said, the SPC is mentioning that they might up these storm chances tomorrow across the southeast. Some of your Cape values pretty high, actually. Look at this. Cape values overnight. I mean, look at that. Still got some strong, Cape values. Cape is just kind of another way to look at potential storms. But that's pretty big Cape numbers across northern Florida, especially on Jacksonville and stuff. So, this is late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Wait a minute. No, tomorrow. What the hell I'm thinking. Just erase the last 30. Let me have some coffee. It's tomorrow, Mike. Tomorrow. Not midnight. Noon. You think I would have mastered UTC time yet? Not overnight in the peninsula. Tomorrow. Because I just said that about 10 times before. Upper Gulf tonight, late tonight, into the early mornings. Everything shifts a little bit to the east tomorrow, Thursday. So this is what's interesting tomorrow. This is 12 p.m., not a.m. But look at these Cape values really intensifying tomorrow across Florida and even to South Georgia. So Cape values could be an indication that we could see some pretty strong storms tomorrow as this thing pulls up north into Georgia. But that's very interesting. Gonna be a sneaky, stormy day. I keep calling it sneaky because a lot of people don't. I don't think a lot of forecasters have really talked about it much, but that's some pretty significant Cape values across the state. Not meaning tornadoes, but you never know. Even the tornado perimeters are coloring up some northern Florida. This is tomorrow afternoon. Even in this Alabama some. So I tell you what, I have a feeling that they're gonna up this color a little bit. This is the exact area to watch tomorrow. But they kind of hint that they might potential upgrades later. So they will upgrade. Tamara, thank you for being a supporter. Yeah, we're a crowd-funded one-man band with 2 dogs and 2 kids and a admin. We're not a one-man band. There's only one mic and one mic surface. Whatever. All right. Very interesting tomorrow. Let me show you some higher resolution stuff. I was kind of playing around with some of these other models here. Matter of fact, what the heck was I looking at the other day? This morning, I thought we were looking at, oh, there we go. Some of these higher res. I didn't use them a lot last year, but I like them. So some of your 850 winds, let's just, for example, now these aren't surface winds, but it kind of gives you the idea of the instability in the atmosphere, see? That's why I want our friends up in the Panhandle, especially, not focusing on Louisiana, Mississippi, on wherever this thing ends up. This could be some overnight sneaky little storms tonight. This is like 10, 11, 12 o'clock tonight. Rolling in off of the Gulf of Mexico. Maybe 10-meter winds. Well, we got some 10-meter wind gusts, but here's a big pocket of winds. These are winds overnight tonight, and I mean you can see these storm cells out here, trying to get going overnight, and yeah, they're reaching. Some of them are. This little pocket here, 74 mile an hour, and that's not an organized hurricane. That's gusts. It's just showing you that the potential for some strong storms tonight overnight, into the early morning hours. So, all this area here tonight, overnight, and then all this kind of stretches out tomorrow for everybody else. So yeah, Pretty interesting, man. Look at that. Whew. So this is now more daybreak tomorrow. These are winds, potential winds. This is at 78 knots. That's 850. Never mind, that's 850. That's a little higher up in the sky. Cape, there's your Cape values, showing you again tomorrow. So even though so it's weird. So the thunderstorms coming in off of the Gulf tonight, feeder band storms. The storms over the peninsula tomorrow into Georgia are going to be more your supercell style storms. We got a lot of wind shear, and we're going to have a developing low that's going to allow a little more rising thunderstorms tomorrow, and that could bring tornadoes across the southeast here in Florida. So that's that. Huh? What do you think about that? Do we have any hail indicators? There's really no cold air loft, I don't think, to really worry about it. Lightning, though. It's going to be. Let's see what kind of lightning we're going to get. Oh, yeah. Holy cow. Look at that lightning rolling in. That's all lightning. That's about 3 in the morning. And as we get into the afternoon, look at that. Man, we're going to erupt tomorrow. This is tomorrow afternoon, man. Lightning. Pretty cool map there, right? I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, so let's flip back to the page. Let me see what you are chatting about. Hey, I went to start my generator yesterday, and the battery was dead. My Furman. Make sure you get a little battery charger. You got to keep your batteries charged if you don't use your generator. So, a little Furman tip of the day. Get a little battery charger. They're cheap. They're only $10-15 on Amazon. That way you keep it charged all the time. They trickle charge slow. I got a trickle charger, Shelly. It's plugged in right now. What's up, Miss Stephanie Stokes? Coming to you tonight, Stephanie. Be careful. I got talking to Madeira Beach yesterday. We're doing a Hurricane Expo Madeira Beach April 22nd on Saturday. And then I'm doing the Oldsmar Hurricane Expo here May 6th. Furman's giving away a generator for that. We're going to have a table set up with generator safety. So mark that calendars if you live in our area. I'd love to see you. Hang out a little bit. Talk weather. All right, so let's talk about this weekend real quick before I lose everybody. So I showed it yesterday. Again, nothing's tropical. I'm refreshing. I'm hitting this F5 button like every minute, thinking that we're going to get a little yellow circle on the NHC. But it's mid-level. There's a lot of shear. I get it. But when the models, they give 0% chances. What's the difference? Just put a 0% chance. They're watching just to aggravate me. They're like, we're going to make Mike mad, so we're not going to give him his little yellow circle. Sorry about the dog snoring back there. You can hear it. But again, South Florida, a lot of rains today. They're worried about flooding again. We got this flow of moisture coming in off the Atlantic. Heavy rain down south today. Eventually, all this is going to switch. The winds are going to switch tomorrow, and we're going to have more of these rains kind of come up through the state tomorrow. So it's coming. Be patient. All right, this weekend. So I saw, man, that dog is really snoring today. I might have to. Hey, Hunter! I have to get my koozies out. Now I do have a koozie. I got my cruise koozie here. There. Stop it. Stop snoring. All right, so this weekend. So it's really not being talked about locally, I'm telling you. But let me show you the Euro first off. I did see that even my local force now, they're saying 40% chance of rain on Sunday. So we have another system setting up, and this one's interesting to me. I saw it last night. I went ahead and posted it. But look at this. Okay, this is all right. This is the water vapor loop. This is our low moving on out later tonight. You can see it looks pretty sexy, right? That's like a cinnamon bun, right? So yes, we got hope I went over everything potential-wise that you might get. Remember, any squall line or feeder band off the water always can produce a tornado, always. And tomorrow is going to be really interesting across a big chunk of Florida and Georgia and maybe even Alabama tomorrow as far as potential tornadoes, strong storms. All right, but here's what's coming. This is really interesting. I don't know what the ahead of it is there, but then we get a really deepening line here, through the weekend. This is, unfortunately, this is Saturday morning. Another mid-level low coming across the central U.S. And look at this. I mean, now convection usually means storms. We talked a lot about the blob and squall shirt that I got, and I made it in April several years ago. Well, this is blob season. This is when we started to get warmer Gulf of Mexico, and anytime the Gulf warms up, anytime we get one of these little fronts that come down, it really blossoms and blooms, and it's spring. Things blossom and bloom, right? But look at this line. This is Sunday morning, and it does look like it tries to make its way through the state. So bottom line on this is this: weekend, since most of our viewing area is the Gulf, Saturday, Sunday here, keep an eye on it, because I don't think a lot of local forecasters are talking about this potential yet. It looks, pretty hefty little system out ahead of this low. We'll see. And it has a cool air behind it. It's definitely a cold front, for sure. Let's see the 500 millibar. Yeah, it's a pretty big dip. Holy cow! You know what? The storm chasers are talking a lot about it too, for middle U.S. But there you go. Let's look at one more. Let's look at the simulated satellite. You can just see, just got my eye on it. This is Sunday morning. Not meant to scare anybody. It just could be a powerful frontal line coming down through the southeast and then into Florida this weekend. So this has got my curiosity. What the heck's going on? The Euro is pretty consistent, and the GFS, as much as we hate it, it's still showing the same thing. This is basically showing you Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, big blob, right? Blob season 2023. And then there's our, Sunday. So, could make its way down through the southeast. Unfortunately, I know there's people going down there to Kenny Chesney concert. So we'll keep an eye on that. That's this weekend. So it could be something to watch. We'll see. Sunday, here's the rains. Sunday night. So another frontal line trying to pass through over the weekend. That's what it looks like. So if you're down south, this is Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. So that's on my radar. Still a long way away, for sure, on that. All right, let's drink some more coffee and see what's going on. Hey, so we're streaming live over on YouTube. I appreciate it. We're growing over there. It's great. Remember, you can always support the page and become a subscriber. We give away a lot of perks, a lot of cool things. Cat 5 subscribers get a texting service that I text anytime I do a new video, anytime there's a new storm. We set it up and pay a lot of money for it. That's why we have subscribers that pay money. But we also mail T-shirts and do a lot of other stuff too. So, but that's something new this year. I'm really going to push hard. Is the texting service, and I also do all the app notifications on the app too. Usually the same thing that I text out because people like the app. Let's see, what can I park it on here while we chit chat a little bit? Oh, we got a new surface chart here coming out. A little bit of low pressure. I love surface charts. Developing gale. Let's you can zoom in on these things. There's your developing gale force winds. It's going to be windy across the Gulf. Let's take a look at some waves. We didn't look at that yet. I think we can look maybe in the Gulf. Maybe. Yes. All right. So here's some of the latest wave forecast. Now this isn't surge. This is a very confusing map. These are wave heights out in the open waters. But again, this is through the weekend. But this is pretty much all today and tomorrow. But look at this. I mean, 31 foot max here. So we can have 20, 30 foot seas out here. And of course, we got a lot of people that fish. We've got a lot of, platforms out there, oil rigs. We got, cruise ships. This definitely affects people. You don't want to be out there in the water in 25, 30 foot seas. So that's all from our, winds rolling in lower level. Another thing I didn't show yet is our Knoll School map. I posted that this morning. I like this map. This is your surface low map. So, doesn't mean anything. Like I said, we got a lot of wind shear above, 500 millibars stationed over here. Now, if this was in the peak of season, you wait for these to align, and you got your mid-level winds over here, or low, you got your lower level low over here, and eventually when they become stacked, thus the stacking, well, I'm not going to take it out, because I don't want my pile of stuff to fall over yet. I got to reorganize that stuff. But when they stack, you get a stronger storm, and because we have a lot of upper-level winds rolling in. But what's interesting with this, that's our low, and it won't be long, we're going to be able to see it on Weather Nerds. We're going to start to see some spinach, no doubt. It's just below Louisiana. This is the heart of our low, somewhere around here, surface low. Let me see if I can make it a little better. Let's do about like that. All right, let's update this. Takes a little while for the daylight to so we can go to visible. I saw it earlier. I was trying to. God, man, Hunter's really snoring today. Hunter, stop it. Anyway, you can kind of see it about right there. This little spot right here, you can kind of see it. Definitely, if we had a good red, green, blue, you could see the lower level spin. The great map here in Weather Nerds, though, because you can see the wind shear from above is blowing the upper clouds. This helps prohibit too strong a development. Hey, Isaac Taylor, that's great, buddy. Cat 5, appreciate it. Cat 5s on YouTube are hard, so you got to make sure you reach out to Shelly so we can get your shirt. And I got Julie mailed out a bunch of Cat 5 shirts this week, so we get the Cat 5 stuff out ASAP. But there you go. You can see it right here. Look, if you focus right here, you can see it right there. You can see a little bit of spinach, just a little bit. I feel like Bob Ross. You get a little bit of spinach. But cool map. I love it. This is surface level winds. Like I said, I'm not hyping nothing, everybody. This is just a low pressure that's probably going to go something like that. But a lot of storms out here are going to be going like that. So, and the NHC uses terms like cyclone. Cyclone's a scary word to me. It's just a developing low pressure area. Anyway, all right, there's that. Cool, right? Cool. All right, let me slow down a little bit. I'm kind of hyper. What's up, Tom? You're just a TS Cat 1 guy. Hunter is all, oh, he stopped. He lifted, he changed his, just like, it's like your spouse, right? Your husband or wife, whatever. You give them a little nudge in bed, right? And they change their nose, and next thing you know, they're not snoring anymore. And Louis is just staring at me. He knows look at this. That dog, I swear to God, dogs are people, man. He is looking at me right now, mad. I can tell because he knows I'm talking about Hunter. You tell me he's not mad at me. Look at that. That's what he's doing right now. He's looking right at me. That's Louis, not Hunter. That dang Louis is giving me the side eye. He's jealous because I'm talking about his brother. A little happy blob with spinach. Oh my God, Eric, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so the rain tomorrow is very tricky. Like I said, short term, these HRR models just aren't doing a very good job. You got to look at the water moisture. You got to look at the P-watt values. You got to look at that upper level and mid level water vapor loop. And when you got moisture in place, it's going to rain. Not all day rains. Rain totals have definitely, unfortunately, backed down a little bit. I'm just as guilty as anybody else sharing them. But they, they are. But here is kind of what future radar is looking like. Obviously, we know there's going to be heavy rain across Louisiana, Mississippi, and the upper Gulf tonight. The big question is going to be what happens tomorrow. We know there's going to be storms. All right, so here's tomorrow morning-ish. Here's these storms tonight you're going to be watching for overnight tonight across Big Bend all the way to Louisiana tonight. And you can see, they continue on in the morning. Here's the morning hours. There's storms, 5, 6 in the morning right here popping up. A lot of juice is still in place. So, as the day goes on tomorrow with daytime heating, this is where you got to really watch now, the good news is, at least along the West Coast, we could have a little less rain chances. But with daytime heating, look at this eruption here of storms tomorrow afternoon. That's pretty impressive. So I think we're going to see some. And look at our little low up here, still spinning here in Mississippi. See it? Look at that sucker. So definitely going to be some heavy storms here across a big area. The question mark to me is going to be west central Florida. But the National Weather Service, even locally, still saying 60%. 60% tomorrow night. This basically is Tampa Bay. Showers likely. It was 70 yesterday, but, chance showers before 11, then showers, thunderstorms 11 to 2, showers likely after 2, tomorrow night, showers likely possible before 8, then a chance after 8, so, we're just not going to see that widespread coverage. So there is hope if you're going to Taylor Swift that it's not going to be a complete washout for the whole time. Because they will be spontaneous no matter what. They will be isolated, and they will be intermittent sunshine and moonshine. We love talking about moonshine. And then we got to worry about this weekend. I'm going to really keep my eyes focused on next weekend, what's going to happen across the South here. Let's take a look at the Windy app, and here's basically tomorrow afternoon, 6 p.m. Coverage is definitely going to be light along the coast. But here's what we keep talking about Friday. Friday definitely across the East Coast states. When you gotta let me be clear about something too. When I say East Coast, I'm talking about East Coast. When I say Florida East Coast, I'm talking about Florida East Coast. So East Coast in the morning, storms possibly, Charleston, a little bit leftover juice, right? Your flow is going to be coming up kind of like that. So you're going to be feeding off that warm Gulf Stream. So yeah, definitely, some stormy action on Friday. Could be overnight, late Thursday night into Friday morning as this thing moves on out of here. And, we could have some pretty hefty storms here across the Outer Banks Friday, 2 p.m. And then that clears on out of here. And then here comes the next thing, whatever the heck it is. So very weird storms developing out here in the Gulf next weekend. So, definitely Saturday. We got whatever's happening is going to be happening here Saturday, mainly Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. But, then it starts to take shape here, New Orleans Saturday night, late Saturday night. And then we'll see what the heck's going on here, if this thing makes it through Sunday or not. Unfortunately, like I said before, South Florida, 4 p.m. Sunday. People down at the Kenny Chesney concert might have to pay attention to that. Let's hope it doesn't happen. And it could clear out. It could never happen. But models are consistent on something coming through. Here's Sunday, 6 a.m. Here's Saturday, 11 p.m. That's a GFS. And passes through later Sunday night. Here's is Sunday, 10 p.m. So definitely not set in stone. Too far away to get worried. But it's always fun. We like to look far away into the future and look at potential storms. All right, so just leave it up there while we chit chat and say goodbye. Goodbye. Jonathan, yeah, buddy. Charleston, so they're not talking about severe weather across the East Coast, but definitely I could see, overnight into Friday morning getting close to you guys. And, just be some storms coming in off of the warm Gulf Stream there. Let me take a look at one more thing. Zoom in a little bit more to the East Coast. I do get a lot of criticism that I talk about Florida too much, and I probably do. So I always try to fix that. I don't think I do. I do, but I don't. Because I don't think I do a lot, but I do because there's a lot of weather in Florida. But here's all right. So here's overnight Thursday, tomorrow night. Big old storms finally clearing out of Florida, Georgia. Midnight. So yeah, Charleston, you can start to see some late tomorrow night. Savannah, gonna get it. This is like 10, 11 o'clock at night. There's Charleston around midnight. Definitely. I mean, look at that. All the way through South Carolina tomorrow. This is early Friday morning here. And like I said, it could definitely reach the Outer Banks for some storms Friday, noontime-ish. This is Friday, 8 a.m. That's impressive though, and just look at this. I mean, we'll just open this in another tab, but this really is wild looking. So if you look at the HRR, you can see, look at that surface low smidge right over Jackson. Not a hurricane. We're not talking about spinach. Doesn't mean a hurricane, but look at all this. I mean, this is incredible storms possibly brewing here through the whole middle part of that state and into Georgia. This is tomorrow. Look at that, all the way through Atlanta, Birmingham. Quite impressive. I'll never say Florida again. Biloxi, what's up, Robin? You got storms coming your way. Yeah, so, we'll just keep an eye on it. You got storms late tonight, Robin, Biloxi, Mississippi. Definitely into the morning hours. Muffin over there on YouTube. How's it going? Bill Lauderdale, I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. How you doing, buddy? Muffin, yep. Sometimes these mesoscale models do very well. Tabletop Greek, hey buddy, yeah, we just talked about you a little bit. You're just gonna have normal afternoon thunderstorm stuff later. Noontime-ish, early afternoon for eastern North Carolina. What's up, Mr. James Fort? Oh, see, Bill, you just said it. Haven't seen you in a long time. Getting seasoned, huh? Oh man, what's up, Jamie? How are you doing? Dog's back to snoring again. I'm going to back up the truck here in a minute and hook up the old Tempest. I might actually, I'm only 4 hours away, so Sarah's got her little birthday party tonight. Her birthday's tomorrow, and we're doing a big party for her tonight at Chili's. But I might take off afterwards. I don't know. I'm really curious. Some of these overnight models are really showing some pretty big wins here for oh my goodness, Upper Gulf. Oh, let's see here. Some of the wins. Let's see. Some of the... Man, Hunter, you are absolutely just going to town today. But, man, overnight, I'm telling you, this little guy's sneaky tonight. This is late tonight, 6, 7 o'clock tonight. Winds rolling into Louisiana. I mean, we're definitely going to see, a lot of folks overnight are going to be like, what the heck was that? I'm just worried about overnight tornadoes, and, they never really get a lot of tornado watches until most people are in bed. These are usually weaker, not like the ones we see out west or middle U.S. They're usually EF zeros or ones that get formed out over the water. So they're not showing even Louisiana anything. So we'll see if the day 2 outlook gets a little more beefier. Here's the storms they're all talking about for Friday. This setup here. Already got a hatched area set up. That's really big tilt in the jet stream. So we already got a hatched area up. But this is that same energy that's coming through Saturday and Sunday. So we're keeping an eye on this right here. Jet stream doing a funky little dip. Uh-oh. Getting a little circle. Let's see here. Let's look at that jet stream one more time because I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know. This is always a good one to see. You can just kind of see what I'm talking. Well, that one's not that good. Well, yeah, you can kind of see it right there. Kind of see that jet stream dipping down. Maybe 700. Well, 500 probably better. There's those storms. Which one did I look at before? It's really good. Can't remember now. Dog is loving life right now, that's for sure. Here's the upper level, deep level wind shear, just kind of showing you that tilt here over the weekend. There's our subtropical jet stream down south. And yes, we're entering El Nino. All right. Anything else? Here we go. Yes, yeah. No, we got to remember, afternoon thunderstorms can produce 60-mile-an-hour winds. So this is really more just letting everybody know there's a storms coming with potential winds. Some dry air behind it, keeping the big rain totals down. South Florida's getting a lot though. And what's cool too on this other map. Oh, like we look at the surface level maps. I love these. Right here, you can see our low clear as day, right? There it is right there. Boom. Spinning away. We go to 500 millibar. And there's your middle level low. I'll close that out. There it is. So, normally when we're talking tropics, that's a large mid-level low. It's almost impossible for anything to get too serious when you have a low like that. And your mid-level low here. But, and then low level winds too. We go back to that, and you can see why the rain. So if you're wondering, we keep talking about wind shear, right? Wind shear blowing in with that kind of subtropical jet in a sense. Upper level winds, mid-level winds blowing in from the west. But if you look at lower level winds, right here, look at that flow coming in. That's why we're getting all this rain down south, because we're getting a big push of winds on the lower levels, pushing the moisture in, and there's a lot of moisture out there. This actually has a PWAP. I think we have. Yeah, here's cool. This is your total. Oh, there's a voicemail? No. Total precipitable water. That's the amount of moisture in the atmosphere, and that's clear as day. That's why all the moisture is heading into South Florida right now. All this moisture, as our low pulls out of here, winds will shift, and all this stuff starts turning with it, and won't be flowing that anymore. It'll be flowing this way, and then, like I said, Friday you might get some rain and action up this way. How about that? All right, no yellow circle. I keep refreshing. Anyway, all right. So that's about it, man. Hey, Chris. Yeah, we've had strong west-east winds in a long, long time. So, happy birthday, Sarah. I appreciate that, James. Cool. All right. Well, that's it. We'll be live Friday. I'm going to be updating all day long today. So, yeah, I'll be posting away as always. Don't forget, if you are in the weather station shopping mood, you get 10% discount. I heard Eric Burris yesterday talking about it. He loves his. He said he just bought it outright. Well, we're lucky they gave our fans a 10% discount. So I love mine, but it's an awesome little feature there. So I get that question all the time. So all right, everybody. Well, thanks for all coming in as always. I'm gonna read a few more comments. Try to make it an hour at least. Miss Lisa, you're welcome. Thanks for watching. Bonnie, yep, thank you. Eric, let's root on them Rays. They got an afternoon game tomorrow. Jonathan, I appreciate that over there, buddy. Scott, what's up? Crawfish broil. Ah. Stephanie says 127. It might be 127. Hey, Mother's Day is coming, Stephanie Stokes. I would point your husband in that direction. What cool mother would not want a weather station? Only the weather geeks of the world, right? I'm sure if I gave Julie a weather station, she'd probably look at me sideways. Hey, Aaron from Dunedin. That's our neck of the woods. What's up? We played your high school last night. Dunedin High School. My wife went to Dunedin High School. I think she graduated in 89, I think. So, Crystal, yeah, thank you. She will. She's excited. We got her old elementary school teacher coming down. We had a visit at Eastlake High yesterday, and she got to see the whole program there for her, and that's going to be great, man. We met all 4 teachers, and I love Upper Pinellas County school system. They have been the best for Emily and Sarah. Never had a bad experience, so she is going to love high school. She's going to rule high school. There's no doubt she is going to be a superstar at high school. She's going to love it. So we were very happy with that yesterday. Man, I'm waiting on a damn email too. What's going on? Oh man, yeah, I can't believe the runs. I was worried about Boston the other night, Chris, when it was a 1-0 game because they were pitching and they were swinging at junk, and I was worried that they might have figured the Rays out. They're so aggressive hitters now. They're going to start swinging more junk to them, and they're going to have to become a little more disciplined at the plate because they were swinging a lot of high stuff, a lot of curveballs, but they still won 1-0. So. Hey, Tammy, I got a great question. Panama from West Virginia, Friday through early Saturday. Nah, they're just going to run through normal storms. It's going to be rainy Friday, yes. I mean, just be careful. Wet roads, you know. Thank you, Katie Haley. Appreciate that. Panama City. Oh, man. Vicky Hill, thanks. Yep. She was singing this morning. Thanks, Jonathan. Happy birthday. All right. We made it to an hour, Shelly. All right, cool. And listen, I look at Shelly. I put the link up. You know how I love little hidden links, right? Man, Hunter, you are absolutely like. Shelly loves it when I put up links on the site, right? So hey, by the way, a huge announcement. I officially took down all the winter maps. If you on the site, I got tired of like looking for them. I'm like, I don't want to see no ice maps. So anyway, all the winter links are gone. So we go straight from weather to tropical maps. So it's full-fledged tropics. But my new link that I put hidden is right here. right above our friend Tammy, who also had people on the cruise. Information on the MWP cruise. And there you go. 6-dayer this time. 6-night. I love it. Too much fun. I don't want to advertise it too much because we're limiting. So we're only gonna talk about it at the end of the Daily Brew because those are the diehards that are left. But it's during spring break again. It's our third one. Can't wait. Oh my God, there's so much fun. All right, so here we go. We'll see everybody on Friday, and I'll be posting away about this all day long. So keep it tuned to Mike's Weather page wherever you go. And of course, National Weather Service local offices, because could see some sneaky storms a lot of people aren't ready for. All right. Have a good day. Bye.